Welcome to Erin Method TV, and thank you so much for stopping in. I want to talk to you guys about living a fit life. This is something that I've talked with you about before, and I love calling life, I love saying that, living a fit life. And I love to explain what that really means so that people really understand that, and as a health coach and as a fitness trainer, it's very important for me to help people understand that living a fit life involves so much more than just what you eat and what kind of exercises you do. Now, don't get me wrong, those two are two very important factors, and not just because you have to do them, but because when you do them from the right state of mind, when you do them with the right intention and the right energy, they're two very, very, very joyful things. And they bring you so much happiness and so much abundance and so much joy into your life. And that's why we do those kinds of things. But also, there are other things that are involved when living a fit life. And whenever if you're just a human being, then you are constantly going through change. You are constantly going through transformation. And this can, as you know, some days can be easier than others. Sometimes you feel like you're really on your game, and other times you're not so sure. Sometimes you feel really strong and sexy and beautiful, and other times you feel just frumpy and gross and ugly. And that's just the way that it is. There's the ebbs and the flows and the ups and the downs. However, there are a couple ways that when you're living a fit life, you have tools. You have things that you pick up when you're going through times that feel really hard. And there's something that you apply to your life even when you do feel gross, even when you don't feel motivated, even when you aren't positively sure that you're on the right track or that you're doing things right or whatever. You have these tools that you can apply, and you get to trust your tools. So that even when you don't know exactly where things are going or how they're going to turn out, you have the tools and you trust your tools. So you know if you just keep picking up your tools and you just keep applying them to your life, that you will see results, that you will feel more joy, that you will feel so much more abundance, so much less limited, and you will really begin to see such transformation on such deep, deep levels in your life, in your relationships, just within you and all around you. So it's things like when you're feeling sorry for yourself and when you're wanting to have a pity party. It's really going to that place and letting yourself acknowledge the feelings that trigger that pity, that trigger that, oh, poor me, or that trigger that whole thing about everybody's better than I am. And I want you to know right now that everybody has those feelings on some days. Everybody feels like that some of the time. But there are people that have tools for that, and there are people who don't. The people who have tools for that know that that's just a human experience that everybody has, and they don't get caught up in it. Instead, they recognize that it's just some silly form, some sneaky form of self-centeredness that creates takes them out of being useful in the world. It takes them out of being useful in their own lives. It takes them out of being able to be of service to themselves. It takes them out of being able to be of service to other people, because when you're feeling sorry for yourself, you just might as well hang an out of order sign on your head. And we don't want that. So when you have your tools and you begin to see certain things creep up as you go through your transformation, because believe me, they will. That's part of transformation, is to heal these wounds and to get through the muck, so that you can walk lighter and feel freer and all of those things. So you will want to have tools, so when you feel the self-pity, instead you be of service to somebody else. You pick up the phone and you call someone and you ask them how they're doing. You look online, you see how you might be able to do a volunteer day somewhere. You say a prayer for someone else. You meditate and you send an intention into the planet, into the earth, and you see a beautiful planet healing of all the things that it's currently suffering from. And that's how you be of service. You take yourself out of yourself, because to be useless is not a good feeling. In fact, I bet you anything, if you really turned within and took a good look at it, you would realize that when you feel the best is when you feel very useful. It's when you feel the most powerful, when you feel like you're making a contribution, when you're making a difference, when you have a purpose. So that's one tool. Another tool is, having a way in which you can call on something to help you to feel guided when you're going through these transformations. So it's like, having the tools of, like, each time you start to not feel so good about yourself, you might take a workout, you might have a meditation, you might reach out your hand and help someone else. And then you might say a prayer and ask for help. You may call on a God of your own understanding, a higher power, whatever you want to call that for yourself, the universe, spirit, source, divine, whatever that word is for you, calling on that, saying, look, dude, I really need your help. I need your help, and I need some guidance, and I need a sign, and I need it to be clear, and I need you to speak to me in words that I can understand so that I have enough fuel to keep going. And that is a very amazing, powerful tool that if you have that in your tool belt, you can pick that up no matter what you're going through, and it will get you through. I have seen, personally experienced miracles by using that tool, by helping other people instead of feeling sorry for myself, for calling upon the greater powers that be, powers greater than myself that exist way farther beyond what my eyes can see, and calling on that for help. You know, really trusting what my heart feels rather than what my mind says. That's a big one. That's a big one. So there's exercise, yes. There's eating foods that fully support your body, that really just cleanse your blood and help you think clearly. And, you know, and sometimes you're just going to do the best you can with that, because sometimes you just can't. Sometimes it's just harder than others. So it's never about being perfect. It's always about progress, not perfection. And it's about having the tools that you need to live a fit life, knowing and trusting that it's a process and it's a lifestyle and it's something that you do on a daily basis. It is not something that starts and ends. You wake up in the morning and you apply your tools all day long, and you go to sleep at night and you wake up the next day and you do it all over again. So anyways, I hope that helps you guys really stick to living a fit life, really staying inspired and motivated, knowing that you're not alone, that everybody out there is going through ups and downs and ebbs and flows and transformation and confronting this and confronting that. And I hope that these tools just give you something a little extra to keep you going. So thank you so much for visiting me here at Erin Lanahan Method TV. And if you'd like to visit me on my blog, please go to, or my website, please go to erinlanahanmethod.com. You can also find me on Twitter at FitGal, and you can find me on Facebook. So I hope to hear from you, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye.